Welcome to Horror Stories. I'm Ankur Pundit, and here we dive into the chilling world of real-life paranormal encounters. These aren't just tales, they're the haunting experiences of ordinary people. People like you and me who faced unimaginable challenges. The story you're about to hear is more than just spine-tingling. It's a powerful lesson drawn from true events. By sharing these experiences, we aim to help you navigate the dark and avoid the mistakes that led others to their terrifying fates. This is a real incident that will make you question if, even after death, a soul can cause such torment. It will leave you pondering whether to trust family, friends, or anyone at all. Let's delve into the real incident. Rudy shared a chilling story from 2020. In the beginning, she said, Ankur Bhai, my family consisted of my parents, my two younger siblings, and my grandparents. We all lived in a big house together. My father was a lawyer and worked in the court. At that time, we lacked for nothing. Life was beautiful, but sometimes fate throws a wrench into things. In 2020, my uncle visited us and told us that his son's health had deteriorated significantly, and he needed money. So my grandfather, who had a close bond with my father, gave him a large sum because refusing was never an option. 2 months later, while my uncle's son recovered, my uncle passed away. My father was deeply saddened, but life went on. As they say, the world keeps turning and work continues. My father kept going to court and everything seemed fine. Then 6 months later, my aunt and her son returned the money. At that time, my father was gravely ill. He had just come back from a wedding, feeling extremely unwell. When my aunt and her son arrived with the money, my grandparents and mother were talking to them. My mother told my father that they had come to return the money and asked him to meet them. My father said he was in no condition to see anyone, feeling feverish, dizzy, and in pain. My aunt and her son left after handing over the money. Later that night, my father's fever spiked. He felt like someone was repeatedly opening and closing the gate. Disturbed, he went to his wife and told her he felt something was wrong. She thought it might be a reaction to the medication and tried to calm him down, saying it was just a side effect. But little did they know, this was just the calm before the storm. Gradually, strange and terrifying events began to unfold in our lives. 2 days later, my father's condition worsened. He would faint at work and become disoriented. My grandfather had to bring him to the hospital, where he was put on drips and medications. One night, around 2 o'clock or 2:30 a.m., my father described how his bedsheet was suddenly yanked away. He thought perhaps it was pulled by his feet. As he reached to pick it up, he felt an eerie presence behind him. Turning around, he saw an entity with no face, looking like a burned person, with skin falling off. It demanded the money back, and when my father screamed for help, it was as if he was battling a nightmare. The next morning, my mother found him in a state of terror, convinced that someone was trying to take him away. Despite searching the house, nothing was found. The family thought it was just the medication causing hallucinations. But the horror didn't end there. For the next 1 to 2 months, similar terrifying experiences continued. My father felt an unseen presence constantly. He would faint and fall ill, despite repeated visits to the hospital. The doctors found nothing wrong, only suggesting that he was depressed and unfit to work. Then came the worst part, an incident that would shake anyone to their core. Rudy said that her younger siblings were unwell, and her father took them to get juice for them. At the juice shop, he ordered 4 glasses, 1 for himself, 1 for Rudy, and 2 for the younger siblings. But something strange happened. He drank all 4 glasses rapidly, and then ordered more juice. His craving grew insatiable. He started eating massive quantities of food, and his behavior became erratic. He would eat as if he were starving, consuming food meant for multiple people. One evening, while the children were eating, my father suddenly lunged at their food, devouring it in a frenzy. The children were terrified and went to their mother. When she saw him, he was in a state as if possessed by an entity, eating with a frenzied hunger. Things only got worse. My father began to see two entities, his late uncle and cousin, appearing at night. They would demand money and threaten to take him away, saying they needed it for their families. Seeing his deteriorating condition, my grandfather suggested visiting a spiritual healer. They consulted this healer, who revealed that the entities tormenting my father were his late uncle and cousin. The healer also mentioned my father's craving for non-veg food was fueling these disturbances. Although my father had never openly discussed his craving for non-veg, it was true. The healer instructed him to focus on prayers and avoid non-veg food. After a long and painful 6 months, my father began to recover. However, even after his recovery, he continued to experience disturbing dreams and feelings of being watched. The moral of the story is simple. If you ever feel a presence around you at night or experience strange occurrences, don't dismiss it. Spirits are often more active at night and might be trying to make their presence known. They might even be observing you as you watch this video. Keep faith in your beliefs, recite prayers, or seek spiritual protection. The Hanuman Chalisa, for instance, can be a powerful shield. Remember, spirits can tremble at the mere mention of divine names. Stay vigilant and stay connected to your faith. Here are the key learnings from the story. 1. Financial decisions can have unseen consequences. Helping family with finances, especially large sums, should be done with caution, as it can lead to unexpected and troubling outcomes. 2. Unexplained illnesses may have deeper causes. Persistent and unexplained health issues, especially those involving strange experiences, might have spiritual or psychological roots that should not be ignored. 3. Trust in spiritual and cultural beliefs. In times of unexplained distress, relying on spiritual practices, prayers, or seeking help from spiritual healers can provide comfort and protection. 4. Beware of unusual behaviors. Sudden changes in behavior, such as insatiable cravings or erratic actions, could indicate deeper issues that require immediate attention. 5. Spiritual vigilance is important. If you sense a presence or experience strange occurrences, take them seriously. Spiritual entities may be more active at night, and staying connected to your faith can offer protection. 6. Power of prayer. Reciting prayers or spiritual texts like the Hanuman Chalisa can be a powerful defense against negative energies or spirits. Finally, before leaving, I request you all to please support my channel, subscribe Horror Stories, and turn on the bell notification so you get the latest video updates first. Stay tuned to the channel until the next video. Thank you.